Welcome to another bonus edition of Upon Further Review.
Upon further review,
And in this edition, we'll be talking about the Miami Dolphins at the Detroit Lions. You can catch this Week 10 matchup on November 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on your local CBS affiliates. The Dolphins are going into this game with a record of 5-3, and the Lions are 6-2. So the Dolphins started off with a win against the Patriots in Week 1 in Miami. Then they went to Buffalo and they lost, and then they lost the second game in a row, that one at home against the Chiefs. Then they evened things up at 500 with a win in Oakland against the Raiders before their bye week in Week 5. They came out of the bye week and they lost a close game against the Packers in Miami. The Packers came from behind to defeat them, but ever since then, the Dolphins have been on a 3-game winning streak as they won in Chicago against the Bears, then in Jacksonville against the Jaguars, then at home last week against the Chargers. They shut them out with an impressive victory, those 3 interceptions, 2 of which were for Brent Grimes. They had a huge day. Tannehill threw for 288 yards. Of course, Miller got banged up, and they already are down no Sean Moreno, so to keep an eye on that and on the injury report. But with the Lions, they started off with a victory in Week 1 as well. They won at home against the Giants on Monday Night Football there in Week 1. Then in Week 2, they went to Carolina. They lost, but they won the next 2 games. First at home against the Packers, then in New York against the Jets. Then in Week 5, they hosted the Bills, and they lost by just 3 points. But then they won their next 3 games as they beat the Vikings in Minnesota. Then they went back to Detroit and they beat the Saints. Then they went to Atlanta and they won by 1 point. Actually, it was in London against Atlanta, as that was the game there over in London. And they were down and they came all the way back to win that game. They were down, I think it was 21-3. They came all the way back to win by 1 point at the end. Stafford, 325 passing yards. That was back in Week 8. Last week they had the bye. Golden Tate has been tearing it up in the last couple of games for the Lions. In Week 7, he had 154 yards. In Week 8, that game over in London against the Falcons, he had 151 yards. So they've been having a resurgence lately on offense, and now they're getting back Megatron. Calvin Johnson's going to be playing in this game. Reggie Bush should be back too. So you fully expect to see them out on the field from all reports that we've seen. So it should be a really good game. Except both teams still are banged up. But it looks like we're going to be seeing those 2 stars. And just when they need them to, because although the Lions are 6-3, this game right here is a huge game, has huge playoff implications. In Detroit at home, the Lions need to win. They want to win this division. They want to make the playoffs. They've got the inside track on it right now. They're right there in the mix, but they've got the Packers that they've got to keep an eye on and they got to keep pace with, as the Packers are 5-3. They're 1 game behind the Lions. So they want to make sure they keep that lead on the Packers, who are facing the Bears. And of course, the Vikings are not so far out of it either, so they're back a little bit as well. But right here, Miami, if they want to keep pace in their division, they need a victory. Of course, Buffalo is also 5-3, so both these teams, they want to keep pace with each other. They've got a win, and they're actually going to be facing off next week against Buffalo. So it'll be interesting to see if the Dolphins can pull off a victory and if Buffalo wins, or how that all plays out, and then they face each other next week. But here in this game, I'm going with the Lions. I think they're going to win in Megatron's return. It's not going to be an easy win. The Dolphins got some really good defense, but I think Detroit can pull it off at home. They've got the best defense in football. But let's look inside the numbers. And the Dolphins are 19th in passing proficiency when it comes to passing yards per game. The Lions are 9th. Stafford's having a really good season. He's had a couple moments where he struggled, but he's had some really nice games as well. And then we look at passing defense. The Dolphins are ranked number 2 in yards allowed through the air per game. The Lions are 5th. So when it comes to the passing game, the advantage is in favor of the Detroit Lions. The Dolphins do have a great passing defense. They are some ball hawks. I mean, you can just ask Phillip Rivers, he'll tell you that. The Lions, though, with their passing offense matched with their passing defense against the Dolphins' passing offense, the Lions should be able to shut down Ryan Tannehill. And so I give the advantage to Detroit. And then we look at the running offense. The Dolphins are fourth. Somehow, some way, they keep continuing to do it on the ground, even though Sean Moreno, Lamar Miller still gets it done, even though he's banged up. And then the Lions, they can't get a yard to save their life on the ground. They're 31st in the NFL, partially due to Reggie Bush's injury, but also even before he went down, they weren't getting any yards. So we'll see how much of a help he can be. Hopefully, he can come back 100% and get some yards. And then Joique Bell, he can contribute, but he needs somebody else with him, like Bell and Bush. Can't just be Joique. They are more of a pass-heavy team anyway, so that's really where they get it done. We look at the run defense of these two teams. The Dolphins are 12th in the NFL, and the Lions are number 2. They have the number 2 rushing defense. So, advantage Detroit. Well, you could say the Dolphins have the advantage because the Lions are so bad at running the ball, but I think Detroit will neutralize the Dolphins' running attack. I think the Lions can actually run on Miami, but we'll see. You could give it to Miami there if you want. I'll leave that to you. But so let's look at the points scored. And the Dolphins are 9th in the NFL in points scored per game. The Lions are 24th. So the Dolphins can score points when they get going. But Detroit, they're struggling to get those points on the board. But hopefully Megatron can make a difference with that. As we saw in Week 1, they put up 35. But they've not broken 30 since. Actually, ever since then, the most they put up is 24. But we look at points against. The Dolphins are 3rd. The Lions are 1st. So these are two of the best defenses, especially when it comes to points allowed. So expect a low-scoring game here. And these defense actually could score. Who knows? Maybe the defenses outscore the offenses. That's possible. Although both these offenses can put up points when they get going as well. But those are the numbers. And I'm going to give... Well, yeah, technically the advantage will go to the Dolphins there. I like Detroit, that they're number 1 on defense, so even though their offense struggles, and the Dolphins are really good on defense too. So it's going to be a tough game for the Lions, but I'm going with Detroit. I think they pull it out. I think with Megatron and with Golden Tate out there, and with Bush and Bell and Stafford, he has a good game. As long as they get the protection there in the trenches and give them some time in the pocket, I think the Lions can win this one. And I think their defense will definitely give them the opportunity to win it. So it'll just be up to the offense if they can put the points on the board against the Dolphins, because the defense is going to hold them. And I don't expect to see the Dolphins score more than maybe 9 points, maybe only 6. But I think maybe they get into double digits, but they're not putting up more than, they're not going to hit 20. Maybe they get to, 14, maybe 16, I don't know. But Detroit, if they can score 20 points, they win this game, for sure. They might not even need to score that. Maybe they win by scoring 10 points. Maybe they win by scoring 12 points. Either way, I think they're going to win. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Interested to hear your thoughts and read your thoughts and opinions. If you enjoyed the show, hit the like button. If you want more content such as this, go ahead and subscribe as we bring you upon further reviews and recaps for each and every single game, as well as other content as well. Thank you very much for watching. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a good day and enjoy all the sports.